hear them when I run by. I hear them.
Well, this is great. Welcome to Bear Manor and to Waterlogg and Camp Waterlogg, and I'm so happy that we're doing this again.
I'm so happy as well.
And let's go out to the garden in a minute with Lori, and let's see what's out there, and you can tell us something about why it's good.
Absolutely.
All right.
I eat at Aroma Thyme. Their food is so divine. To eat elsewhere is a crime. Only Aroma Thyme. Meat, fish, and veggie dish. Beer, ale, wine if you wish. Chocolate torts, a grand finish. Bring you home happy. Bring you home happy.
Hi, I'm Joe Bevilacqua, and welcome to Aroma Thyme Radio. For the next half hour, we'll be talking about healthy living, especially healthy eating, with Marcus Guiliano, master chef, restaurateur, health advocate, public speaker, and consultant. Marcus will be speaking to Henry Lovejoy, the president and founder of EcoFish, about safe and healthy tuna. And we'll also have an open door segment with Dr. Marty Rossman, MD, co-founder of the Academy for Guided Imagery, who will tell us about how your body wants your loving attention. And by the way, we began the show with my wife, Lori Kellogg, singing the Aroma Thyme Bistro song at one of the open mic nights we have at Aroma Thyme Bistro the first Friday of every month at 10 p.m. And now let me introduce my co-host, Marcus Guiliano. Hi, Marcus.
Hello, how are you?
Good. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a restaurateur.
Right.
I own and operate Aroma Thyme Bistro in Ellenville, and I'm also a sort of a health advocate. I try to keep vendors and people educated and on their toes about eating healthy and how to eat healthier out and avoid the chemicals, the contaminants, the pollution, and just some of the really dead and refined, stripped foods.
Well, what got you started on thinking about healthy eating?
You know, this has been an evolution. It's been a culinary evolution, a health quest.
So how did that happen?
You know, it happened with the birth of our daughter. And being in the food industry, you sort of see that there's just this mass abundance of food, and you just wonder where it's coming from and how can they keep up producing all these types of food. Then when you understand all the chemicals and the preservatives that start getting added into your food, you're like, wow. Well, once our daughter was born, I was like, there's no way I'd feed her half the things that I feed to our clientele. I said, it's just this is a crazy way of eating and bringing a child up in this. And that's when I sort of turned and said, okay, what else can I serve? What are better options for us? And and I always tell people always ask me, well, when did it start, or how do I get another restaurant to do this? It took one person to ask me one question. This happened probably 9 years ago. Somebody asked me, 8 years ago, they asked me, can you get beef without hormones and antibiotics? I knew nothing about it at this point. And I'm like, well, why would they put that in there anyway? And of course, so I started doing the research. And then I said, oh, why am I serving beef with added hormones and antibiotics and standard feedlot beef? So it took one person to ask one question. I always tell people, just ask one question. When you go out to a restaurant, ask. That might be the question that actually turns the consciousness of the chef or the owner of that restaurant. Food production has changed drastically in the last 10, 20, 30 years, even the last 5 years. The new engineering of food, I mean, that's basically what we're eating. We're eating engineered food. We're eating food that's not natural anymore. So with the way that they produce food, all kinds of food across the board now, they've cut corners, upped production, cut costs. And of course, when they start manipulating these factors that just you can't be manipulated, you have to cut corners and do things that sort of you wouldn't do before. So now all of a sudden you pack animals closer together, the animals get sick or sicker, so you counteract with antibiotics. The animals don't get large enough, or they don't get as large as you would like them to get. You have to put some kind of subtherapeutic growth hormones in them to get these animals larger. Steroids. You've got to get stuff in these animals, and
stuff that it's illegal to feed it to ourselves, to give it to ourselves as humans.
But for our
cow,
right, exactly. Basically, that's the situation.
But we're then in turn.